What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and some of you may remember back in February when Disney's stock price jumped up to around $110 from the mid-90s it had been sitting at, that I predicted the bulk of those gains would be lost by the end of the year. Well, time to say the best three-word phrase in the English language.
I love you.
Nope, let's try that again.
I told you. Yep. I told you.
There it is. I told you. The Disney stock prices were an absolute bloodbath yesterday, falling from $116.47 down to $105.39. And it's not hard to see why. It sounds like Disney is expecting a rough year from their theme parks, which were the only place they were making money. And on top of that, they treat franchises like piggy banks and fans like absolute dog shit. And then they hide behind woke corporate pandering in order to shield themselves from blowback. They've basically admitted that they don't give a shit about the likes of Marvel and Star Wars, and, well, this is the proper response to their comeuppance. Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Many of you have been doing that a bunch lately because we just crossed another 1,000 subscriber milestone.
What? A few thousand people listen to you talk about nerd stuff?
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo!
We just hit 27,000 subscribers here, Space Pirates, and as is customary on this channel, with every 1,000 subscribers, I add a new ship to the fleet in order to house the newcomers. This time, I chose a Borg cube because it's one of my all-time favorite ships, but thanks to everyone for subscribing.
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
But anyhow, let's look at this article published by the New York Post, which really exemplifies why Disney is in the shitter right now. The headline is pretty awesome. It says, "This Bob Iger comment tells you all you need to know about the sorry state of Disney." And the writer isn't wrong. What Bob Iger said yesterday is both clueless and alarming. At least, it would be alarming if I was an investor. As someone who despises the current iteration of Disney, I find it pretty damned hilarious.
You people are idiots!
But anyhow, the article says, you know what? Walt Disney never ever said that he was proud of the IP that we are mining. There it is, folks. As we've been saying, these corporations do not value your favorite IP. I mean, do you really think Bob Iger is an Avengers superfan? In his time away from work, do you think he ever kicks back and just puts on Empire Strikes Back? No, of course not. He doesn't give a shit about these franchises other than how he can use them to enrich himself. So, make sure you remember this quote the next time some woke a-hole tries to woke-splain to you how lovingly Disney has handled these franchises. But anyway, let's read on a bit. It says that Walt Disney never said that because Walt Disney was not, so far as I'm aware, an alien robot hell-bent on intergalactic domination. He was a creative genius. No, that dystopian string of words was uttered by current Disney CEO Bob Iger during a quarterly earnings call on Tuesday. The team is one that I have tremendous confidence in, he began. So far so good, but Iger wasn't finished yet. And the IP that we're mining, including all the sequels that we're doing, is second to none, added BobBot 2000. Forget when you wish upon a star. Now it's when you drill upon IP. The funny-ass thing about this is that they're mostly losing money on these drilling operations. Imagine an oil drilling company who spent more money on labor and equipment than they were making back on selling the oil. That company would go out of business, or at least stop what they were doing in a freaking heartbeat. But nope, not these bozos. They just keep on trying the same thing over and over. But that is because they have been propped up by the big money from their theme parks. But word is, those theme parks aren't going to have a very good year in 2024. And you can see that here in this article from Motley Fool. Near the bottom, it says, investors didn't like what the company had to say about slowing growth at its theme parks and cruise ships. Supposedly, Disney is expecting growth in other areas, but the second the theme parks look like they're slowing down, investors know what to do. Clearly, Disney doesn't know anything about what to do with the likes of Star Wars, Marvel, Doctor Who, or really anything that they touch. The only thing they know how to do is create sequels, prequels, reboots, and spin-offs. Soulless copies of something that we used to love. They make shows like The Acolyte and that Lion King prequel movie and have to watch in horror as the trailers for them get ripped apart and ratioed to oblivion. And all of this is why the company lost over $20 billion in value yesterday, because deep down, even the wokesters who defend this company to the bitter end know that these terrible movies and shows cannot stand on their own 2 feet. They must be subsidized. But I am going to leave it there. What do you guys think about that quote of Bob Iger's? Was it a slip of the tongue to say that they were mining IP, or do you think he planned to say that because he and his company are entirely out of touch with reality? Drop your thoughts below and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.